Max fucking Pappas. After the debut of the Super Stocks last week, we return to the Hornet division this week as the Stars Figure 8 Series returns to Irwindale Speedway. Joint Trapasso up in the booth, joined with me by my partner in crime, the man, the myth, the living legend, the Canadian crippler himself, Mr. Kevin Kunyu. Kevin, from fire-breathing V8s back to the turbo diesels this week. Talk about a dichotomy of how you've got to drive these things so differently. How do you think the drivers are going to adapt?
Oh, well, they looked really capable the first time they did a race in these Jettas, so I think this is going to be another cracking clean race, to be honest.
Well, the beauty of the Jetta in the iRacing platform is the only thing that you can really adjust on this piece is, I believe, the fuel, the fuel level.
Really?
No, I'm sorry, fuel level and tire pressures. Those are the only two adjustments you can actually make on this car because it is a factory car.
Right.
So, there's nothing to adjust. It doesn't have coilovers. It doesn't have any, trick suspension to it. This is as showroom stock of a Volkswagen Jetta circa 2008 as you can get. Yes, these are Jetta Gate cars, ladies and gentlemen, and we've turned them into race cars. So,
well, yeah, we're inside Layla Wilson's vehicle at the moment, and you can pretty much see from the dash. Whoa! As she launches it, that was hilarious.
Yeah, that's one of those deals where you kind of. She finally got it right, and I think. Oh no, I'm sorry. She didn't go into the launch zone. I was a little late coming to the...
that was. I'm not sure what happened there, to be honest.
Now, are you on her helmet cam or are you on the gyro?
I was on the helmet cam, so.
Move back to the gyro cam that's on the rear cross support.
Yeah, you can really see the whole vehicle.
Jetta dash.
Yeah.
You're right. That's a stock Jetta dash. They swapped out the switch panel for the on-off switch, the starter button, and so on, in place of where the entertainment system would go. And there's still a heating element in this car. There's still vents and air conditioning.
Yeah.
So, these cars are as factory stock and showroom stock as you can get them. We just gutted them, put a roll cage in, safety seat, and good luck, ladies and gentlemen. But if you've never driven the Jetta, now mind you, this is a free car in iRacing now. You owe it to yourself to drive this car, solely because it is so much fun to just throw around the track. As qualifying coming to an end right there. Mark Buskey sitting up top of the pile tonight in the 35, I believe, Whammo car. Yes, 35 Whammo with a 21.188 unofficial track record for Buskey tonight. And Layla Wilson going to be starting outside row number 1 with a 21.2. So just under a tenth of a second separating first and second. Mike Main sitting in third quick. Joe Cowan sitting fourth quick. And Travis Barkas starting shotgun on the field tonight. Just waiting on our pole sitter to get the car onto the grid and fired up. And we will be underway for 25 laps one more time. As new paint scheme on Joe Cowan's car tonight. Painted up very similarly to the iRacing Pace vehicles tonight behind the Porsche 911 GT. So, good on you, Joe.
It's a nice look.
Well, the thing is, for the longest time, I had my the Ford Mustang GT pace car painted up like the pace car in iRacing.
Nice.
For the longest time, I had it like that, like when I first started. And I can blame Layla for that because she's the one that goes, "Oh, here, try this paint scheme." Like, okay. And I just left it there for like 6 seasons. As the pace car is in, Field making its way through the left-hander for one more pace lap. They're going to turn him loose on the exit of the right-hander. Pretty much the only thing that's left to do is right now you're adjusting the 5-point harness to make sure it's nice and tight. You're wiping the visor one last time. And it's time to pop a Viagra because it's time to get it on in Irwindale. Irwindale Speedway. It's showtime. As the green flag comes out, Buskey drops the hammer, and Wilson pushes wide, going through the left-hander. She's going to have to battle back. That's Mike Main in front of her. Joe Cowan right next to her. No, I'm sorry. Cowan got past as Travis Barkus in the tail of the field right now. Wilson gets by Main in the right-hander and now sets sail on trying to reel in. A little bit of bouncing going on corner entry for Wilson there. The latest tire update has really not helped this car at all. A lot of drivers not happy with that. The car known to bounce now if you overdrive it, which makes sense. You really feel the tires losing their grip. But Buskey holding the point right now. Wilson, Main, Cowan, and Barkus as they all still are nose to tail. Barkus gets into the backside of Cowan, gets him sideways. Cowan just stabs the throttle and straightens it back out. Barkus jammed on the binders to make sure he didn't send Cowan all the way around. And that gave a little bit of a gap between Main and Cowan and a bigger gap between Cowan and Buskey. So Cowan not under pressure right now, and wow, Buskey almost getting into Wilson coming out of the right-hander. Got it all wrong. She pulls door to door coming through the left-hander and gets the clear on the exit. Drag race through the crossover. Wilson showing the way now, running that high line. Buskey going to get back to her inside as she tries to round the corner off. Buskey real tight. Wilson able to carry more speed. Buskey now under pressure from Main. Main in that green car working the inside. Now to the outside, going through the right-hander. Those guys running side by side. Wilson's got to be smiling under her helmet right now as she sees all that slugging going on between those two. And she's pulled out a 5-car length gap over Buskey. So Wilson, Buskey, Main, Cowan, Barkus, your current running order. And Cowan has closed in on Main. And we do need to give a big happy birthday to Joe Cowan. It was 2 years ago today that Joe became a stroke survivor. So, Joe, it's good to have you still with us, my friend. As Wilson continues to show the way, lights shining even brighter here. High beams on for everybody as Buskey still working on the inside of Wilson. Wilson able to carry more speed on that other lane. Not the angle she was looking for going into the right-hander. Slips a little bit high. That lets Buskey close right back in as they come through the crossroads one more time. Wilson continuing to show the way. Buskey still door-to-door with her. This is the action we see week in and week out here in the Stars Figure 8 Series. Just door-to-door, wheel-to-wheel, clean racing all night long. And if you want to get involved, you can find them on the iRacing Leads page. Stars, S-T-A-R-S, Short Track Auto Racing Series. They run Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday nights. And Friday night is the return of my favorite event ever in the history of iRacing. Friday nights is the return of Crash Car. And for those of you unfamiliar with what Crash Car is, it is a 30-minute rolling demolition derby where it doesn't matter how many laps you complete, it's whoever leaves the event with the most incident points. Unlimited fast repairs, unlimited, and you clear your own black flag. So it's a good time. And Kevin, I know you and I have both talked. I'm thinking this is the week that we make our debut in Crash Car.
Excellent. Excellent.
Meanwhile, Wilson and Buskey still throwing hand grenades at each other. Not just bombs. There's bombs wrapped in hand grenades with Ginsu knives strapped to the hand grenades. That's what they are throwing at each other right now. And, you know, Buskey's got to be getting frustrated by now trying to figure out, okay, what do I have to do to outfox the Fox? As Wilson continues to show the way. And I find it funny that, you know, Layla Wilson, her nickname is the Fox, and the Jetta was based on the old Fox platform from Volkswagen. As Buskey with a great move going through the left-hander, Wilson able to carry a ton more speed though, still with a nose out front as they head back into the right-hander, and that's allowed Main and Cowan to close right back in. Cowan gets into Buskey. Everybody gets collected again, and again they bang bumpers. If Buskey wasn't frustrated before, he definitely is now. And a little bit of damage on the nose of Cowan's car as Wilson and Main almost half a corner ahead by now, almost the entire length of one of the straightaways here, as the battle is now between Main and Wilson, and a second battle between Cowan and Buskey. And Main to the inside of Wilson going for the lead. Drag race through the crossover. Give that lap to Wilson again. 90 thousandths of a second at the stripe. It's approximately the distance from the front bumper to the middle of the wheel well is what Wilson had to clear by there. And she is not having a good time going through the left-hander. They bang doors.
Yep. Main had bumped into the back of her coming out the previous turn, and there just sent her right off track.
That's the one thing. These cars do bump draft really weirdly. And they banged doors coming through the right-hander, and we have a new leader, Mike Main, leading that lap as Wilson battles back. And just like that, Wilson back to the point. Still nose to tail they go, and that battling between the top two has let Cowan and Buskey start to reel them in. Only about 4 car lengths separate Main from Cowan. And you got to wonder, with as hard as Wilson and Main hit, is there any damage on either one of those cars, and can they hang on for 3 more laps as we are working lap 22 of 25. Main taking a different approach into the right-hander this time, little higher line, able to carry more speed on the exit, crosses her over, and Main with a good run throws it to the inside, full send-it mode, checks on the binders to stay off of Wilson though. And that has let Mike Main fall back into the clutches of Joe Cowan. And Cowan still has his rearview mirror filled with your pole sitter, Mark Buskey.
Cowan just had the race fastest lap as well.
Fastest lap of the race for Joe Cowan that last time by. And popsicle sticks in the air. It's going to be white flag this time across the stripe, and they've got Travis Barkas in the crossover. This could still end poorly. Don't take your eyes off the track, folks. As Buskey throws it to the inside of Cowan going through the left-hander. And that is for the...
Whoa! What awesome driving by all involved. That was some needle threading right there, folks.
We're not done yet.
And
Joey
again!
Kitwood, eat your heart out. Layla Wilson coming home with the victory. Mike Main able to hold on for second. Joe Cowan in third. Mark Buskey in fourth. And Travis Barkas, there he goes, just finishing there. So
Back, I might have got
All right, your
Mike.
top three. Stay on track. Stay on track.
the booth, bear with me 1 second. Let me get those kids for you.
And that was, here we go for the launch. Oh, and he misses it.
That was wild.
Maine launched himself successfully on the pit entrance. And is now sitting upside down like
I see that.
shelled turtle.
Yes, and for those of you who that's a celebratory thing here that a lot of us do, and I'm not 100% certain what just happened. I believe Mike Main, because he didn't complete a cool down lap, just got the Dairy Queen award for the night.
He peeled off, actually. Yeah.
Well, he completed all 25 laps and then went through pit road so that he didn't have to worry about clobbering anybody, and I think it disqualified him.
I have the scoop on that one, actually. He cut the course a little bit, and how this track calculates where you are on the track, it treats the second straightaway coming towards the finish line as the back straightaway. And if you have a 1.2 second penalty like Mike did coming out of the left-hander, and you're too far over to the left, headed for the right-hander, it'll dock you for a 21 second penalty when you do that, because then it thinks that you cut worse and cut your way all the way to the back stretch. So that's what happened there.
Well then. So that's okay.
So that's
joining us now. Yeah, go ahead.
So that's our race leader joining us now, Layla Wilson in the number 98, giving us a wonderful report from within her car.
Well, Layla, congratulations on the Hornet class victory. I know last week wasn't the debut of the super stocks you wanted, but definitely returned to form for you, young lady.
Yeah, I don't think I had a winning car tonight. That was definitely Mark's race. It just bad luck for him and good luck for me. There were a lot of hard charges after that, and I kind of just lucked into one, so I'll take it any way I can. But yeah, it was definitely really fun racing Mark and Mike out there.
Door to door quite a bit. Little beating and banging going on, but everybody got it all sorted out quickly. Talk us through when you guys were coming through the right-hander there. There was a lot of beating and banging going through that right-hander.
Yeah, it's a little hard to tell where the cars are next to you, because these are 270-degree turns instead of 180. So you go in there and there is a car next to you, and you can use your look buttons, but it's hard to describe why it's more difficult in this. It's a lot like road racing, though. The corners are very sharp, very abrupt, so you end up kind of knowing that somebody's there, but you might come down a little bit closer to them than you intend to when you're especially trying to get your launch onto the straightaway. You'll see a lot of us kind of run out through the cones in the pit area, which you lose a lot of time doing. So as the race wears on, we're all squeezing down there for like a group that's about half a car wide. So yeah, there's a lot of beating and banging. I don't remember which time in specific you mean, but it was pretty wild.
You got into it with both Mike and Mark at a couple of different times. But Layla, congratulations on the victory tonight. Is there anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
I gotta thank Joe for putting this whole deal together and let me do this crazy crap on Thursdays. I'd like to thank the other four for just showing up and racing hard, racing clean, and just being a fun group of folks to be around. Sponsors, J2Racing.parts, and stars. Guess that's about it. So.
And that J2Racing.parts, now they are the ones helping you build your real world
Yes.
Hornet car.
Yes, indeed. Actually, it's a mini stock, but thank you.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You call potato.
All
But
right.
Layla, again, congratulations on the victory. We'll see you. Hopefully, Kevin and I will both see you tomorrow night. But we're going to move on to Joe Cowan. Now, Joe, I do want to wish you a happy birthday, being as what happened 2 years ago. It's good to still have you with us, my friend.
Yeah, a lot of difference. 2 years ago, I was in emergency room dying, so this is a little better. But yeah, I gotta apologize to Mark. I got my little normal mid-race charge going. I thought I had him clean, and we got together, so I kind of let him have the place back, but I cost him a good finish.
Well, Joe, you ran a hard race all night long, and it's congratulations on the podium. Now, Kevin and I were talking during the race that the return of arguably the greatest series ever to step foot into the iRacing platform is being returned to the iRacing platform. Crash Car tomorrow night.
No, it was last Friday.
Oh, we're not doing it this week.
No, we're just going to do it occasionally.
Well, fair enough.
We'll let you know. But we do have a 150 lap sprint car enduro coming up in a couple weeks on Friday.
That's pavement sprint cars.
Right. There'll be a mix of enduros and crash car, and not every week. And then of course Monday we do the 87 cars on short tracks, and then of course Layla's figure 8 night, and we start dirt next Tuesday. So it's going to get busy in this league right as winter's coming.
And that's the perfect time to do it, as right now up here in the Northeast, they're just finishing up Oktoberfest, which is taking the place of Dirt Week this year. Thank you, Governor Cuomo. And that's all I'm going to say on that one. But if anybody wants to get involved in the future action here in the Stars League, STARS, Short Track Auto Racing Series, you can find a Facebook page, you can find it on the Discord servers, and you can find it in the iRacing League section. Great group of people to run with. I've run with you guys, most of my iRacing career. And, it's good to see that we can finally get you guys here on ESPN.
Well, we appreciate it. And, give Mark a chance to speak. He can tell you how I slammed him. We get together a lot because we run about the same. But we have fun.
Yeah, I just don't have an excuse.
Oh, there
I'm
he is.
his excuse. I'm the excuse.
Joining us now.
See you guys later.
Thanks, Joe. Joining us now is your pole sitter for the night and third place finisher, Mark Buskey. Mark, I know it wasn't the finish you were hoping for, but all things considered, you were able to salvage a podium tonight.
Yeah, I can't really complain. I'm about half dead, tired, and it's always good racing with these guys. As you know, I'm pretty new to iRacing in general, and used to do it sim racing a long, long time ago. But found these guys, and it's always fun. Got Joe, me and Joe always picking on each other. Layla always being the entertainment during the race and everything. So can't complain. A little upsetting. I'm a little tired to not care too much, but me and Joe always, like I said, beat bang.
Oh, that's the beauty of this league and these cars is you can lean on each other and not have to worry too much about using someone up.
Yeah, that's correct. And I don't know. I gave away one of my trade secrets to Lily earlier, which I probably shouldn't have done, but that's the way it rolls, and we all share. So, but yeah, I mean, I was running a little different line than her, and you just got to watch out for the bouncies on this. on this car, but we all love running it. So
Talk us through that. Was that because of the new tire model that iRacing rolled out? Is the suspension kind of isn't playing nice with it yet?
I'm not exactly sure, to be honest with you. Yeah, because being kind of new, ever since basically my first figure eight was with this group. So you get a little hot and heavy, and you hit that right hander just about right. It just always seems to bounce, and you just got to back off on it a little bit. But is it the tire model? Is it the suspension? Is it just plain old the driver's fault? It's never our faults though.
Always the driver's fault.
That's right.
Never the driver's fault. I never accept responsibility.
That's right.
Spoken like a true race driver.
That's correct.
Well, Mark, again, congratulations on the podium. We're looking forward to seeing you next week. And try not to, have too many bouncies going through that right-hander.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And like I said, thank you guys. And if I could just thank Layla and Joe again.
Absolutely.
And all that, and catching up with them. It's always fun to race this. It's always, especially the figure eight, and just racing in general with them. And anybody watching, and come on out. Like I said, I'm pretty new here. As long as you want to race somewhat clean, talent matters, but it doesn't matter as long as you're, just a good, fun, loving guy. So or girl.
I can attest to the fact that talent doesn't matter because I have none behind the wheel of a car here. But Mark,
and I can attest to that as well. They let me join them for a post-broadcast figure eight race, and just like Mark and Layla have said, they're really free with the tips. Maybe too free, it sounds like, by Mark giving away his secrets. But it's a really great league to get involved with. Lots of fun. So I definitely want to second that sentiment.
Absolutely. Help us get the car counts up, ladies and gentlemen. You can be on ESPN yourself next week.
Yep, appreciate it, guys.
All right, Mark, we'll see you next week.
All right.
So, Kevin, another Hornet division in the books, and I can't say I am surprised at the close battling that we saw all night long.
No, me neither. That's what I was expecting. I pretty much called it. It was a very clean, there was door banging, but did you see those two insane needle threads, near the end, and everybody got through. So yeah, I'm always blown away, and this one was really cracking good time.
Absolutely. So that is going to do it for us tonight. Sam and Frank are going to be back tomorrow with the iRacing East Series. Don't ask me which track they're at because I'm not 100% certain and I don't want to get it wrong. And then Kevin and I are going to be back on Saturday night for the NASCOM ARCA Series. As I believe they're cutting heads this week at the Roval at Charlotte. So that's going to be a fun one. And then doubleheader on Sunday night. Kevin and I are going to be doing some dirt car racing from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, in the fabled Williams Grove Speedway. And Sam and Frank are going to be in the booth for the Kicking Asphalt MPI Series. You can find that on all of our platforms. Again, big thanks to the Stars Figure 8 series for having us tonight. Don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, share, turn on bell notifications so you know when we're going to have videos coming around.
And just before we go, let's run down the results one more time for our viewers here.
I was going to get to that, but also don't forget to check out our Teespring store. You can also find us on our Twitter page. Both those links are in the video description below. Coming home with the victory tonight after starting outside row number 1, Miss Layla Wilson. Joe Cowan improving 2 spots, coming home in second place. Mark Buskey, not the night he was hoping for. Still getting a podium finish, though. Good points night, coming home in third. Travis Barkus gaining a spot after Mike Main got the Dairy Queen Award on the final lap for the simulator thinking that he cut the course going into the right-hander. So that is going to do it for us tonight. Again, we will see you tomorrow night for the iRacing E-Series for Mr. Kevin Cunyu. This is Tony Trapasso saying, Ma, come get me. I am.